The story of Dick Whittington is a success story known to most of us. How he spent his early years in a country town, how he became orphaned as a young boy, and how with nothing but a few belongings wrapped in a flimsy scarf tied to a stick on his shoulder, he journeyed to London in search of fame and fortune. We pick up the story as he arrives, penniless and starving, in the city.
This is a right take on. Where's all the gold? I was definitely told the streets of London were paved with gold. I was told gold, I was told. All I've got's a cold.
Tired, hungry, and disillusioned, Dick sat down on the step of a large house in the city and immediately fell asleep. But he wasn't allowed to slumber for long.
Here! What do you think you're doing? Get off!
I'm sorry, I was so tired and weak. I must eat soon.
Well, not here, you don't. Be off with you.
Now then, cook, what's all the screaming about? I perceive we have a young hooligan cook.
I'm not a hooligan cook.
I'm sorry. I'll read that again. I see we have a young hooligan, comma, cook.
I was just shoving him off, Mr. Fitzwarren, sir. No trouble that a quick belt with my broomstick won't cure.
I wish the silly witch would jump on it and...
Ow! Hold a while, you vicious little cordon bleu. What ails thee, lad?
I don't drink, sir.
Have you no home, boy? You're not a roving pop singer, are you? That stick on your shoulder looks remarkably like a musical pole with low decibel, high output dancing electric knees.
I've come to London to seek my fortune, sir. I was told that the streets of London were paved with gold.
The man's a complete fool. Tell me, boy, what is your trade?
I started as a trainee scarecrow design consultant, sir.
Fascinating.
Then I became a master ditch digger's apprentice spade holder.
Gripping. You look as though you could use a square meal, boy.
I'm not worried about the shape, sir, but I'm prepared to work hard for it.
Brave words, my boy. Mrs. Squidges, put him in the kitchen to work for his keep.
That boy in my kitchen? Not blooming likely. I'm not having him in there messing up all my lovely apple pies. It's not open house, you know.
Thanks for the plug.
Come then, boy. What's your name?
Whittington, sir. Dick Whittington.
Whittington, eh? No relation to the fool in the play of the same name? Of course not. You haven't got a cat. Well, boy, I hope you're honest. The last boy we took in repaid me by stealing a chicken.
Did you catch him?
No, he made a run for it. He made a... Boom, boom!
Blooming cheek.
So young Dick was taken in by the benevolent Alderman Fitzwarren, a wealthy city merchant. But the wicked cook was furious and bullied Dick at every opportunity. In fact, had it not been for the kindness and friendship of Alderman Fitzwarren's pretty daughter Alice, Dick would have found life unbearable.
There you are, Mildred. I knew they'd bring birds into it sooner or later.
Oh, be quiet, George. I'm trying to listen. You should pay attention yourself. You might learn a bit.
Yes, Alice?
I'm ever so glad you're staying with us, Dickie. Now I've got someone to play with. How's the attic? It must be very cold up there.
Yeah, it's well ventilated. Panoramic view of the sky at night. And hot and cold running vermin.
Ooh, you poor, poor Dickie. But at least it's dry.
Dry? You gotta be joking. The mice have moved out and the goldfish have moved in.
Oh, Dickie, I wish there was something more I could do for you.
Well, I had one idea, but it was censored. You don't have any fish food on you, do you? You're very kind to me, Alice.
Oh, Dickie.
Oh, Alice.
Say good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Dick's friendship with Alice grew, and he found that he could put up with the discomfort of his drafty attic and the cook's vicious bullying. And then, by a stroke of good fortune, Dick was able to earn himself a penny from a friend of Alderman Fitzwarren. He knew immediately what to do with it.
Excuse me, love. How much do you want for your cat?
Tanner.
What, for that scrawny old Tom? Rubbish.
Fourpence?
I've only got a penny.
Done.
I'm an eccentric millionaire.
It worked like a charm. The cat rid the attic of all the rats and mice, and apart from Alice, he became Dick's closest friend.
Look at you daft thing. Typical, isn't it? In other pantomimes, the hero gets magic lamps, fairy godmothers, magic beanstalks, geese with golden eggs. Not me, though. No, I'm stuck with a pennyworth of old Moggy. Go on, lay an egg, I dare you. Go on.
Then came the day when Dick's world fell apart. Alderman Fitzwarren called the entire household together to tell of his plans for a new venture. He was about to send a ship overseas, laden with silks and other merchandise for sale. As was the custom in those days, he insisted that all the household should put something towards the venture, however little, and share in his good fortune when the ship returned. All the servants willingly did so. All, that is, except Dick, who had nothing to give.
Come, Dick. Do you not wish me good fortune?
Sire, I wish you success, but I have nothing to give.
Oh, Dickie, you have. That gorgeous little pussycat of yours can be your contribution to the voyage. It can run all over the deck and chase away the little mice that you said it was so good at doing. There. Didn't I say that well?
Big mouth.
So it was settled. Sadly, Dick handed over the cat, and the next morning, with Alderman Fitzwarren and his entire household waving goodbye from the quay, the ship left on its voyage of fortune. Without the cat, of course, it wasn't long before Dick's drafty attic was again infested with rats and mice. And then, to make matters even worse, Alice broke some sad news to him.
Dickie, guess what? Daddy's going on a big business trip and he's going to take me with him. Isn't that exciting?
But Alice, how long for?
I don't really know, but I've always wanted to travel the world.
Where are you going then?
British East Huddersfield.
I hope you take an interpreter with you.
Oh, Dickie, I'm really going to miss you. Will you think of me when I'm away, Dickie?
Alice, I've thought of you every day since I met you. But Alice, I'm a poor kitchen boy with nothing but hopes and dreams, and all those seem to come to nothing. I've even lost my cat now.
Oh, Dickie, I'll always remember you, and I'll see you when I get back.
With Alderman Fitzwarren and Alice both away, the wicked cook seized her chance to give Dick an even harder time. But Dick was missing Alice very much, and as the days went by, he became more and more dejected. By now he knew he'd never make the fortune he'd come to London to seek, and sadly, he decided that the time had come to leave the city behind him. The next morning, he packed his meagre belongings in his scarf, crept downstairs, and turned his back on London.
Swing in London. You can keep it. I was better off before. At least I could have starved in familiar surroundings. Hello, who's this? Another twit on his way to make a fortune?
Excuse me, varlet. Hast thou perchance to see a coach pass this way?
A coach, sire? Nay.
Or a little fellow with short, fat, hairy legs? We were playing at the palace, you see, and the team coach left without me. Canst thou tell me, then, if I'm on the right road for Luton?
Luton?
'Tis an ancient settlement in close proximity to Verulam.
'Tis many a good league from here, sire.
Don't talk to me about the league. Here, you're not a midfield grafter, are you? Because we're always looking for a midfield grafter, a striker, anybody, a good goalie, anything. How do you fancy being a ref?
What do you think of it so far?
Ruggish! Bomb! Bomb!
Determined to leave London behind him, Dick continued on his way until, after several miles, he paused for a rest.
That's better. Rest the old walkers for a bit. What's the time?
Almost 9:15. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean almost 9:45.
He doesn't improve. Never did know what time of day it was.
Feeling very tired and weary, Dick closed his eyes and soon slipped into a light sleep. But against the background of distant chiming bells, voices seemed to speak to him in his dream.
Hey, Mr. Whittington! Mr. Whittington! Oi! Here, they're ringing! For you, the Bow Bells! Oh dear, it's Norman here, Norman Wisdom. Look, hark at the bells. They're for you! Bom, 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 bom. Go, he can't hear it. Are you mutton? Oi!
Hark.
Oh, a bad time it is. It's a bad time and all. Oh dear, oh dear.
What's that? Bow bells?
Of course it's Bow Bells, knucklehead. What do you expect, a cuckoo clock?
I told you. The man's a complete fool.
That's right, Harry. He certainly, hark at me, Harry. I mean Alderman Harry. Oh no, Alderman Phil, Fitz, what's name? Alderman Fitz, here, listen to this, Harry. I mean, go on, go and put it here. Here, don't laugh at me, 'cause I'm a fool. I know it's true. I'm a fool. Go on, here, Harry, nudge Dick. Go on, there you go. Go on, Dick. Here, listen. Here they go again.
Turn again, Whittington, Lord Mayor of London. Turn again, Whittington, Lord Mayor of London.
Now, friends, for Richard Whittington, a pauper who wants to be Lord Mayor of London, opportunity knocks. And if you can't spell Whittington, folks, just put Bow Bells and we'll know what you mean. Pardon me, a little fog in the throat there.
Lord Mayor of London? You can if you want, but remember, I'm in charge.
That's it. I'll be Lord Mayor of London.
Oh, Dickie, it's a good job with prospects.
I say, Mr. Richard, are you going to be Lord Mayor? Oh, you'll have to wear a chain round your neck. That can be very inconvenient.
This young man, Dick Whittington, as it happens, ladies and gentlemen, wants to be Lord Mayor of London. Now, how about that then, if you please? And Jim will fix it.
Lord Mayor, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I wonder if he's the right man for the job.
So, full of heart, Dick Whittington turned again. He made light of the miles back to the alderman's house and managed to creep in unnoticed. Meanwhile, Alderman Fitzwarren's ship had been at sea for 3 weeks. It had encountered a raging storm which had blown it off course, and the crew were running short of supplies.
Cut music.
Cut! Water music, you fool! First public warning, Lockyer.
Suddenly, there was an excited shout from the crow's nest.
Hey, Captain! I've sat on an egg up here in the nest. You get it? I've sat on an egg and it's busted. Hey, you understand what I'm talking? It's a joke. Hey, Captain!
Will you please stick to the script?
Oh, look at him. Oh, good old Pete Gore stick to the script, isn't it? Oh, all right then. What-o? Lando, good show. I can see it in the distance. Big lumberland sticking out to sea. We're coming in. Mind the rocks and the ball. Stick to the script.
The captain was informed immediately. He was a short man with freshly ironed hair and a tendency to lurk behind large horn-rimmed glasses. He addressed the crew. He addressed the crew.
Oh, me? Oh, me? I thought... Come on, keep doing that. 1 minute. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, yeah, the crew. 41 Lexby Avenue, Steeple Bumstead. That's the address. Yeah.
He addressed the crew.
Oh, not me. Arthur. Captain. Arthur, Captain. Oh, he's only half a man. No offense, Arthur, Sean. 1 minute, he addressed the queue, Arthur. Oh, go on, off you go.
Hello, playmates. I've just had a message dropped from the crow's nest containing news of clues, views, and booze.
Arr, and what be that phrase, arr?
He's spied land, hasn't a clue where it is, and he's thirsty. Well, where are we, Long Johns? Last time you navigated, we went 3 times round Canvey Island and finished in Cleethorpes.
Not this time, sir. Just listen to those drums.
Undaunted, the brave captain led his men ashore and headed for the imposing castle on the hilltop.
Do you suppose they speak English with a BBC accent, Long Johns?
Arr, maybe as how they do, and maybe as how they don't, sir. But one thing be for sure, sir, we're gonna find out powerful soon, sir.
You haven't got a one-legged uncle, have you?
Arr, sir. Maybe as how I have, and maybe...
Oh, all right, Long Johns. You're not on repeat fees.
Long John's was right. They were greeted by the palace guards and escorted immediately to the courtroom, where they were confronted by the Sultan.
And what, pray, brings you to my island?
Well, we're running a summer cruise and we thought we'd just pop in. I think he speaks the lingo, Long Johns. Tell me, Sultan, where did you pick up the lingo?
Eton?
Well, I wouldn't say no to a quick snack.
And if your hospitality will run to it, sir, a wee nip of grog now that the sun's over the yardarm, sir.
Oh, forgive me. Prepare a banquet for the guests.
Bring on the jelly babies. I love the jelly babies.
Oh, very small for a captain.
Well, it was only meant to be a short voyage.
Hey, boss, who's the joker?
Well, I don't know. It's something what the tide brought in. Anyway, Captain, since you are here, you must enjoy our hospitality. First, you must meet my queen.
Hello, sailor.
Cheek.
While waiting for the banquet, the captain described his cargo of goodies, and the Sultan inspected it. As they returned to the palace, the captain had good reason to feel pleased with himself.
Right, Captain, that's settled. I will take the lot.
And then you. I see the food's laid out. My. What a busy little bee we've been, haven't we?
What is a bee?
A bee? The hero of a national folk song. It goes, oh, what a glorious thing to be, a healthy rats!
I beg your pardon?
Rats everywhere. They've even started to eat the food.
Aye, sir, and a four grey stew.
Oh, don't let them worry you. They're always here. You can't get rid of them. Give half my kingdom to solve the problem.
Haven't you got a cat?
What is a cat?
Well, it's a small domesticated carnivorous quadruped, comes in a variety of colours, has a tail, and goes meow. And he chases rats and mice as a general rule.
General rule, eh? Oh, I remember him when he was just a corporal, a skinny fellow.
Slim lad, that's what we called him, our Slim lad.
Enough, Long Johns. See if you can nip down to the boat and pinch the cat while nobody's looking.
Harder. You're asking me to be a cat burglar now.
Long Johns did as he was asked and returned a few minutes later with a cat. Within a few minutes, there was not a rat or a mouse to be seen in the palace. The Sultan immediately offered a fortune for Dick's cat and would not take no for an answer. The next day, the crew set sail for home with the honest captain guarding the fortune which Dick would receive on their return home. Alderman Fitzwarren was, of course, delighted as he had prospered from the sale of his merchandise. And now that Dick was a man of considerable wealth, the alderman hurriedly arranged a match between Dick and Alice.
There we are, Richard Whittington 2, Alice Fitzwarren 0. Didn't he do well?
Congratulations, Dick. You've done well. I'm now going to have you indentured to my company. And bring your own teeth.
There's nothing wrong with my teeth.
Oh, Dickie.
Dick Whittington became a successful and wealthy businessman and wrote his name in the pages of history by serving for 3 terms as Lord Mayor of London. And it happened exactly as we have told it. Well, almost.
Well, thank goodness that's over. That cat quite upset my little budgie, didn't it? Right, can I nip down to the pub now for a couple of beers?
No, you can't, George. You can stay home and pay some attention to me for a change. Anyway, I don't think it's finished yet.
The Epilogue by Alice Fitzwarren. Dick was an ambitious young lad who hit London feeling tired and sad. Met an alderman's daughter, and I'm glad he caught her, 'cause being Lord Mayor's wife can't be bad.
can't understand why they didn't let me be in it. 'Cause I'm very good in pantomime. They wouldn't have had any harassment. Nevertheless, I thought it was very good.